So the other day I came across a Facebook post in a group where the professionals were discussing some of the interview questions we asked them. And they were in agreement that some of the questions that HR or employers ask them, it's really a waste of time. Reason being, no one tells the truth. And yet, we are in 2021 and we still insist on asking these questions. The individuals there were making fun, and when I think about it, I do agree with them. There are indeed some questions that we ask during interviews that they don't give us the insights that we are looking for. Because when you think about it, the whole essence of an interview is to be able to know the candidate better, to be able to determine whether this candidate is a good fit for the position. But then when you ask them some questions, at the back of your mind, will the answer that they give you, will it really help you to understand them better? And even will they be telling you the truth? So there are some 4 questions, and I know there are many, but there are 4 that I'm going to highlight, where we normally ask these questions and yet no one will ever tell the truth. Even you, I know some of us, when we are being interviewed for the HR jobs that we have, it's not like we really told the truth. Yeah, so which are these questions? Number 1, where will you be in the next 5 years? I mean, the reality is, someone is seated there, you're asking them, it doesn't matter whether they're entry-level position or even a CEO. What truth do you expect? Maybe they want to come to your organization. Right now, they don't have a job and it's the last thing on their mind. So they only want to work for you for 6 months and then leave. Are you sure they're going to tell you that? I highly doubt. Second question, what are your strengths? Third question, what are your weaknesses? And the fourth one, and I know this one we can debate, is what are your salary expectations? Whenever we are hiring, we know the budget. Yes, we may not have a figure, but at least we know we are going to pay for this position in the range of this amount, the low range and the high range. And yet we ask candidate, what is your expectations? And at the end of the day, we know at the back of our mind, this is what we are going to pay. And we are not flexible on that. This is what we have on the table. So those are just but example of the 4 questions that we ask. And no one is going to tell you the truth today, even tomorrow, even if you ask in the next 5 years. And so I feel these are not questions that we should be focusing on. So the question then is, instead of asking these questions, what can you ask? And I'll take you back to school. This is, when it comes to interviews, there's this approach called competence-based interviewing. And the key word here being competence. So when you're interviewing the candidate, focus on the competencies required on the job. So if you are hiring an accountant, you know you need them to be filing taxes, you need them to be doing bank reconciliation, you need them to be doing statutory returns, you need them to be doing reports, such kind of things. If you're hiring a receptionist, you need someone who's good with the switchboard, you need someone who's good with customer service, you need someone who's good with recording. Look at the competencies and then generate your questions from the competencies. Not so much about the individual. Yes, you might want to know the individual, and the focus here should be 80% should be on the job and 20% on the individual and their abilities. So examples of this, ask someone, describe a situation in which you led a team. As another question, give an example of a time you handled conflict in the workplace. If I want to know their strength, I can ask them, what has been your greatest achievement to date? And another example, what kind of reports do you generate in your position or your department? So as you can see here, the focus is not so much about the individual, it's about the job. And it's only that after I put a tick that I have the right kind of a person, then I can ask them things which are related more at a personal level. And where I know if they give me an answer, I'll get to know them better. In fact, instead of asking someone, where do you want to be in the next 5 years? You can ask them, how do you spend your free time? What do you do? So if someone tells you I'm in community, I serve in the church, I have a leadership position in the church, you already know that this someone has leadership qualities. If someone comes and tells you, no, over the weekend I go to the village, I have this side hustle, I do macadamia nuts or something like that. Now it's for you to determine will their work and their side hustle, will there be a conflict? And you can have that conversation. So there you have it, HR. Next time you interviewing someone, ask them questions that you really add value to you, questions that you make you know them better. And for the candidate also, that they'll give you the right answer and they'll feel that you are an employer who cares, because you want to get to know them better. But if you ask them the generic questions that we've been asking for the last 50 years since HR came to be, then you can see you really be wasting your time and even that one of the professionals. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that it's been informative and that next time you are having an interview, you really not focus on questions. They'll not add value to you, and questions where they are not generic and the candidates will not have rehearsed for the kind of answers that they'll give you. This channel is all about you. We want to empower you as a HR professional so that you can become a successful practitioner. So once again, if you haven't subscribed, this is the time to do that, and we'll keep you updated whenever we have a new video. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Do subscribe.